Hello everyone, Logan ISL here, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showcasing you Phase 2 and 3 of the Christmas event. This will detail how to beat Tower of Hot Chocolate Fury, which is difficult on the difficulty chart, which personally I agree with. But I know many people who think it is challenging, so be aware of that. After the tower, I'll be showcasing the boss, which prepared is complicated and difficult. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action. Please note a bit of this video was made right when I got my microphone, so it will sound a little bit off at first. Another warning is that Hot Chocolate Fury does have quite a few bugs, including where you can get soft locked on the boss, so you may not have the most fun experience. Unfortunately though, I must say, even though this event started off really good, it slowly got worse and worse. So, if you've made it this far and are ready to try and complete this entire event, I really wish you luck. Without further ado, let's step right into this, and I'll see you, hopefully, with the present of Winter Frost. Best of luck to you. Welcome. First, we start off with some presents. This beginning is pretty simple and pretty straightforward. Be careful of the presents spinning above you, as you can bonk your head and you will be forced to either climb up a ladder or restart like I did. Be careful, this present does move around and does not tell you that it does. I personally do not recommend jumping over this kill brick, as this will likely take off without you. Once you get on this present, you need to head back and click the button. You will then have 15 seconds to complete this short section. Here comes a new gimmick. These platforms resize, but these are really easy and you don't really need to worry about them. You can just simply rush through them. Welcome to Floor 2. This floor is a little more sophisticated than Floor 1. First off, you have a turret that is launching some projectiles that are resizing. Be careful of this platform that comes in and out. Holding this button will have an elevator come over to you. You need to land on this and slowly traverse the course. Once you get to here, you'll need to move your camera a bit so that you're able to hold it back again. Be careful of the spinner. Get some momentum so you don't fail this jump. When you press these morphers, a little shield will come out. If the projectile touches this shield, it will resize. Doing so will let it pass through. If a projectile hits both of the shields, you are able to progress onto the outside part. This outside part is pretty plain and simple. And also, I found something very cool on it.
What the hell? I just noticed that it's there! No way! Wow! Correctly colored as well, thank you, Funky! Wow, that's really cool! I just noticed that was
Distractions
there.
aside, we now gotta get back to work. The text below tells you what direction the conveyor goes into, but there's also a chance that there could be some hauling platforms or some ice blocks. Once you touch this jump scare, just touch the present to go down. Once you hit this elevator, you are able to progress onto floor 3. You do not need to do this outside section again, as if you do fall back down here, you can just take this lift that takes you right back up to floor 3. Floor 3 is pretty self-explanatory, and it's mainly just some simple jumps. Here, you'll have a push platform spawn. You'll need to push this, then change to different platforms in order to continue pushing it. Once you push this to the other side, you're able to have access to the outside part. Here, you have no jump. Simply, just continue to rip it through all the way to this moving platform. Once it retracts over, go across, and then get your jump power back. Push this and be careful of your momentum so you're able to climb back up. Be very careful going through that one stud gap. It's very easy to overwalk it. Here, I recommend pretending you have no jump power all the way up to this truss. Be careful, this cylinder does move. Here, I recommend you get into a corner, get a repetition of jumping, and just have your mouse on the left side and spam click. Hold left click in order to be able to use this, and you'll proceed to floor 4. To start this outside part, you have some moving cylinders. Just simply wait for them. The conveyor and wall should not be stood on? I challenge that. Once you head into here, just simply spam click and you'll never have to worry about these projectiles hitting you. Get off quick so you don't fall off. Be careful on this transition, it's a little difficult. Touch this block to reveal a button, which will give you some additional parts. Welcome to floor 5. This floor is a little weird. Press E to consume a cookie, and then touch this milk with the left side of your arm and it will reveal an obby. I still don't fully understand how this section works, and it's a little confusing. Personally, what I did is when I got to the end section, I just simply tapped the side of my arm on this milk, and then ate another cookie and touched the milk again. It's a little finicky, so might take you some time. Press this button and you'll get some coal. This coal is apparently to tower cheesers. Yikes! Climb up inside this present, and then you'll need to flick this door open. It's a little weird. I found you need to push on the little cube thing on the outside in order to do it. Now you're on the marble sections. Marbles are a little bit of a waiting simulator, so prepare yourself for it. Before you even get to the marbles, you have this weird jump. As soon as I touch the truss, I hold D and W to prevent from sliding off. It's a really tricky jump that might take you some attempts. Once you get into here, you have no more jump power. Do not touch this button. I'm not sure what it does, but I'm not willing to find out. I personally rotate my camera in order to do that transition, and now you have your jump back in order to be able to press a button. Doing this, go ahead and get back into your marble, and you'll realize that these red things are now here moving around. These things are a little bit buggy, as you will see later. Sometimes you'll have something like this, where it starts tipping around. You might need to move around in these little sections in order to find the sweet spot to allow you to go up. I've had some issues with it, but not all the time. It's mainly this one and one other one that I will show later. Here you have to do a pretty leap of faith onto this truss, and then you need to touch each of the 3 platform spawners. After revealing the second one though, you can go ahead and press a final button. Now you're able to get back on track again, and this is where the waiting simulator really starts. Might take you some time to align the marble. Once you get to this edge, you'll need to turn over to the left and click this button so you can continue. Now you need to wait for these 2 different cubes to rotate in their specific positions in order for you to be able to proceed to the next section. This one does some rotations, so the trick is, if the rails on the lower part match with where you want to go, then try to go on it. When you get on it, instead of 1 rotation though, you'll need to wait for 2. Be careful of this one though. This one is pretty buggy. Some other times, however, you might have some little bit of extra fun. Anyways, let's go ahead and proceed throughout the tower. Head to this outside section, which is behind this present, in order to proceed. If you fall in this section, fortunately, there's a little safety net that is there to grab you. Be careful of these two cubes. They move about. This section is a little hard to get onto. Make sure this is in the leftward position before you go onto this truss, as if it's in the other position, while you're up the truss, it will knock you off. Next, you have 10 seconds in order to complete this small section. On this Christmas tree, you're supposed to find some hidden buttons, but simply follow my lead here. Once you press the hidden button, you may now head back inside of the tower. Once you're back in here, do not fall down without the platform there, or else you may get soft locks. Once you press this button, you have one last challenge to do on Fred's floor. Head into this house and click the question mark. You'll only have 10 seconds to climb up the ladder. And in doing so, you finally made it to the next floor. The left morpher resets this structure while the right one makes it go through. Be very careful as you will need to jump and do some stickouts here. Now beware of this umbrella section. This is definitely harder on mobile. You have to hold click in order to gain momentum from this event. So you have to hold, then hold W in order to get some momentum. But on mobile, I have heard that this is way more difficult. Fortunately, this first time though, it's over a safety net, so you'll be able to learn this without being feared of getting screwed. Just do note that you can barely turn while in this thing, so you might need to cut corners and stuff early. Once you're back inside, make sure you're aware of the spinner trying to slap you. And you have a second one of these sections. This time though, you'll have to do stickouts from the left side and avoid the spinner. You don't have to jump out like I do, but I simply did to avoid getting messed up. Falling here is not a safety net, and in doing so, you'll actually need to go ahead and drop back down. But there is a little bit of an Easter egg if you go over to Zyko's present. Now you have an umbrella section inside of the tower. Be careful, as I do believe that this is not safety netted. I don't use the umbrella until I get to this jump, and I give myself a good distance before doing it. Here, I go into shift lock and look at the side in order to go through this section with the umbrella. Now you've made it to floor 8. This floor is a little easier than the previous ones, but do be careful as there is some ice blocks like this one that can mess you up. Make sure you press this button as this ice will come down. Be very careful as that one doesn't seem to really act like ice, so sometimes you might give yourself too much time to press space and will walk off. Make sure you stay in the middle of these parts so you don't get pushed off. This part contracts and expands. This push box is definitely a little weird on this ice. I would recommend you reset the push box when you press the button. Make sure you hold D and give yourself momentum before going into this section. Here you can simply ignore these and just hold W. You don't need to worry about it. And welcome to floor 9, the final floor in the tower itself. First, you start off with this very complicated jump onto a truss. Be careful of that part, as it does unfortunately rotate a little bit, and in doing so, will cause you to fall down. This time, be sure to be a little bit more careful onto this platform. In next section, you'll have 2 spinners. The Cobra spinners are against you and you will take some damage, but overall I didn't really need to see a need to worry about them, so I don't jump over them. Now while on this push box, you'll need to press these 3 click buttons. Doing so opens the wall from ahead of you, and you're able to continue. Be careful with this conveyor as there is a spinner in the middle of it. Now, you're on the final outside section. If you fall, it will take you back to the start of floor 9. Here you have a turret onto these buttons. You need to have the turret hit each of the buttons in order to proceed. This might take you some practice and some time, but don't worry about it. Face forward into this leap of faith jump, and do this little section here in order to press a button. You might need to take some time with this section, as there are jumps that are a little bit clunky. Finally, on this section, I recommend you just hold W and D. No need to jump at all. You're near at the end. Good job. Now you have some flips and wraparounds in this little area here. This section is a little weird. You need to jump and hold left click in order to extend this area. Now you need to traverse the track like this. This is definitely very weird, and it took me a while in order to get used to it. Just do note you're not able to jump while you hold this thing out. You'll need to spin around this spinner with 2 kill bricks on opposite ends trying to hurt you. Jump onto this, and you're now at the boss fight. This boss fight has some issues. Make sure you're able to use the snowball launcher before you even attempt it. There is a bug that this is unfortunately broken. What you need to do is when you're inside the boss, you'll need to hit the snowballs on these chains, but there will also be enemies and attacks going for you. There are 2 phases to this boss, and when you complete one phase, you'll have to do an obby and hold left click with an ice cube out and go into the hot chocolate in order to complete that phase. So, once you verify that your snowball launcher works and you're good to go ahead and enter the boss fight arena. First of all, your snowball launcher will shoot in 3s, and in order to refill, you'll need to spam click the ground. You know you're getting hits on the chains if you see them flashing white. I recommend you immediately swarm the first chain in the beginning. Be careful as there are these spray canisters that spawn in the corners. If you're sitting on the corner when one of these attacks goes off, you'll pretty much be instantly killed, so do be aware of that. Also, make sure when you're shooting the snowball launcher, you're doing it in first person, as that is the easiest way in order to attract your aim. Every once in a while, there will be some marshmallow enemies that will spawn to try and kill you. In order to kill them, you will have to use your snowball launcher. Be careful of the hot chocolate attack. Those are kill bricks. A big skill in this fight is to know when you need to kill the marshmallows and when you can spend time on the chains. Even though these may look far away from you, these can get really close to you easily. My number 1 tip in this boss is to 100% avoid the corner, as if you're in the corner when the spray attack happens, you will instantly be killed. And also at a lower graphics setting, it's hard to see these particles. Once you defeat it, you'll have 60 seconds in order to complete the first phase. You'll need to do this obby. While this does look like ice, you don't need to worry about it, as this does not have ice physics. Head to the back side of the mug, as that is where the ladder is. Make sure you hold left click when you go into the hot chocolate so that you're able to initiate the attack. Failure to do so, if I remember right, makes you have to hit the chain 2 more times before you're able to attempt it again. In the next phase, you'll have this new enemy. You'll have these mini hot chocolate mugs, and these take a lot more snowball hits to kill. You'll also have more marshmallows during this phase as well. This phase is definitely way more difficult. As long as you're vigilant and know when to attack the chains and when not to, you should be fine. There's also this cane attack which will smash you if you're not being vigilant. One thing I will warn you though is I feel like the fight gets way harder the longer you sit on a phase. So try to make sure that you're able to complete the phase as fast as possible. This might be the case as you're definitely not able to kill every single enemy, especially in the second phase, by when more are respawned. So the enemy buildup really gets to you. Finally, once you complete the second phase, you have one last obby in order to complete the entire tower. Be careful of the timer though. Even though it seems like it's pretty tight, it's honestly not that bad. As you can see, even failing, I still had 30 seconds. Make sure you hold left click into the back of the mug, and congratulations! Yuck! That was the most disgusting hot chocolate I've ever had. Yuck! I don't want to taste that crap again. In all seriousness, this is a great sour. Let's go! What? That's over. That's awesome. There's a key over here. Takes you to some secret room. I don't know where that is. Either way, I'm not gonna be looking for it. I beat the tower. Let's go. Woo! Alright, congratulations. You're able to beat 3 steeples and pass the tower. Now the boss. The boss is very complicated, so let me explain how it works. You get a sword, which on itself is a melee weapon. However, if you hold R, you're able to charge your sword into a ranged weapon. There are 2 separate bosses, the Knight and the Cleric. The Knight chills in the average arena, while the Cleric is on the sides, also doing attacks. You have to decide which boss to kill in Phase 1. The opposite boss will be who you fight against in Phase 2. The optimal strategy that me and other higher-up community members attempt is to get both bosses on low health and kill the Knight, as Xeria is easier for many. However, you will notice that there is a fight typically in order to kill the Knight or the Cleric, with many people barking orders. This is because on release, Cleric was extremely difficult and the meta was to kill the Cleric Phase 1. However, Juke nerfed the Cleric in Phase 2, making the Cleric easier than the Knight. Plus, every lobby has their own personal preference. I mainly played the boss with my own friends, so we only got Cleric Phase 2, which I highly recommend you do. Do not get out of the middle in Phase 2 in the Cleric. If you go outside of the blue snowflake, you will get killed. Last tip I have is in Phase 2. When the Cleric puts the spinner, make sure you charge her. That is the easiest way to tank her health. I know this boss is complicated. It was really hard for me. I actually had a friend of mine contact Dispensable Array who was way better at the boss to carry me. So, shout out to Peanut Nutcake for contacting Array for me and Dispensable herself for helping me beat the boss. If you see any of these people in-game, please do not bug them to help you with the boss. Unfortunately, this boss is extremely unbalanced and frustrating to play. Watch the video to get the understanding of it and play some rounds of it to get the feel. Make sure you go into the matchmaking place and get into a round of 7, as soloing this boss is practically impossible. One final warning is that I do swear and say some non-PG things during this boss fight, so I hope you're prepared to hear my typical sense of humor at times. I wish you the best of luck of this boss, as it will be a painful and tricky experience. Yes! Oh my god, I'm in with Array. Trust Array here. Good. So, Array. Alright, Nina helped me here. Ah! Oh great, we got noobs in here. That's not good for us. Alright, we'll see. Hopefully Array is as good as I think she is. That was close. Uh-oh, Xeria. No. Okay. Mostly full, so I'm good. Honestly, not noticing too big of a difference with the charging. Xeria is low. Well, it's not very low, but like getting there. Okay. I'm gonna keep targeting Knight. I keep thinking I see him DMs, but it's just Pina telling me that she told Ray to go with him. Come on. Oh shit, they're gonna kill Xeria, aren't they? They're gonna kill Xeria, and he's gonna be maxed health. Oh shoot, this ain't good. Oh, good. He's getting comboed. Good, he got comboed. Oh no. Xeria's gonna get killed, isn't it? Isn't she? They're still hurting them. Oh no. The noobs are gonna kill Xeria. Good, she told him. I didn't know if she was okay with it. Yep, I knew it. Ah, Ray got sniped. I almost got kidnapped. Oh! Ah, Ray got killed. Okay. If we get to second phase, we should be good. Oh no! I don't trust these guys at all. If he decides to target me, I'm dead. No! No! Bits, no! Don't kill her! Oh, they're not being smart. I haven't done much of the night second phase, so I'm so dead. If it's night. Good. Very nice. Alright, how much health is Xeria spawning with? 60k. Not bad. Be careful! We're gonna get the spinner phase really quickly. Damn it! Ah, crap, and of course. Yep, here comes spinner phase. Alright, if I die now, I can no longer be respawned. So, I'm gonna go ahead and chill. I need to heal. That's my priority. No. Okay. I'm getting too nervous already. on, Array. Getting below 10k is going to be the most nervous thing in my entire career, I think. I don't want to try and charge because I'm afraid if I do, she's going to kill me. Oh god, no, that's too close. Oh my god. It's about to happen. Under 10k. No array. No. No. Yes! Oh my god! Oh, oh my god. It's over. It's beautiful. Oh! Oh! Congratulations if you've been able to achieve all 6 of the gifts inside of the Christmas event. If you haven't gotten the other 5, I recommend watching the first few minutes of the Phase 1 video as I explained it there better. Anyways, this has been an interesting event. It's been out for over a month now and it might be a little while before it goes away. As of this video, an official date for the closure of the Christmas event has not been discussed. I will be putting the information in the comments below when it's announced. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're lucky enough to get this interesting present and be able to see what's inside. Have a good day, everyone. Okay, dude.